That's my 2020 That's my 2024 campaign I'm running on, and then Twitter and Instagram narratives. I'm putting
Yeah,
into it.
the media is the joke at this
I'm putting into it, bro. And I had this deep dive, right? I went real deep into this. I went divulge this stuff, right? Media. Because, I feel that, women think that, okay, so I had this debate, right? Lee, you correct me if I'm wrong. But black women will marry white men for a different reason uh, black women will wait. Fuck, hold up. I'm
Oh
tripping.
boy.
I'm tripping. No,
Oh
seriously.
point.
boy.
It
I'm
is
gonna let you
together.
down this hill too, bro.
I'm not even dying. No, I'm not even dying. I had like some real scientific, logical explanation for this. I had a real debate about this. But black men will marry white women for a different reason than black women will marry white men. Do you believe that this is true?
What are the
Mm,
reasons?
Okay, a friend of mine said that black women will marry white men for security and stability, and because that, yeah, I said it, I had the same face, and because
no.
that white men will treat a black woman better, as opposed to a black man will marry a white woman because, quote unquote, she's easier. She like they'll put up with
Um,
more. They'll put up with more of that stuff that we do, right? And so I had the same reaction as Leah. Like, I don't think that's necessarily true, but
Yeah.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen though.
I mean, I feel like that can happen cross culturally. Like, you can marry anybody for security. Black.
yeah.
Right.
Look at all the people who married basketball players divorced in 2 weeks. The Kardashians running through black men like it's nothing.
Right.
I don't think it's a black or white thing. And to say that black women do that for security is.
But see, I chalk that up to see. It's why my campaign. I have something to run on in my 2024 campaign, because this is another one of those media narratives that black men love white women or whatever, will marry them, and I think they just get that from a few athletes, right? You see those select few of athletes that go and grab somebody outside their race. And, I mean, I get it. There's nothing wrong with it to me. Love is love, whatever, right? Love is love, kind of. But, I love black women, so I'm going to stick with my black queens, you feel me? But,
Yeah, for sure.
but I think you see that, or you see these entertainers get it, and you think that's the whole narrative. Like, it goes back to what I was saying previously. I think
Yeah.
you think that's everything. You think, oh man, black men would rather have white women, or vice versa. And so then I did some deep dive. Remember when we took Dr. White's class, Jason, about
Mm-hmm.
the ranking of hierarchy in terms of race and gender in the United
Mm-hmm.
States? So when she was telling me about the reason for stability for black women, it kind of made a little bit of sense to me. Because, all right, I'm about to go into this real rabbit hole, right? Just stay with me, stay with me.
Hey, I'm here.
So, 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 because I had a comment about this one too. Because you seen that 21 Savage? I'm going everywhere, but it's all going to connect. You seen that 21 Savage tweet where it's all connects to. He said a woman. He said a man can be rich and boss a woman up, like she has less than him or whatever, boss a woman up. But a woman can be rich and she won't even look at a broke dude. Right? That's his look. This whole stay with Barry. That's
I'm with
his
you, bro.
tweet. That's his tweet. And so, people repost it or whatever. And I got into it with my friend about it. I was like, okay, if we think about the beginning of time, if we think about primitive times and just take race out of it, just primitive times, just all across all cultures and also across all tribes, naturally, when you're mating, a woman is looking for a man who's the strongest, so who you're breeding with, who can give me the best chance of offspring that can survive, correct?
Okay,
Right?
yeah.
So how back in those times did you prove your manhood? It'd be different type of tribal events, like who's the best hunter, you fight, whatever, right? Because that enables you to get the best mate, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So then we
Yeah.
bring that forward to today. It still is prevalent in our society because now instead of fighting or instead of these certain type of competitions, statuses of wealth and statuses of symbol are money, clothes, cars, houses, whatever. And that's why, men will get Lambos and whatever to flex and to stunt because it gives us a better chance of picking up women, correct? And women look to that because that's a sign of stability, like, having money in our society, right? So then you get to thinking about in terms of the you're gonna stick with someone who's like you. Birds of a feather flock together, correct? You're gonna hang out if you have a degree or if you're educated. You're most likely gonna marry or date somebody who has the same type of, accolades as you. Most likely, majority of the time, right? So then I get to thinking about, in terms of black women or marrying outside their race or whatever. When I was talking to my friend about it, and I said, "Who's the most educated group of people in America?" Black women.
White men? No, it's black women.
Black women.
Oh, that's right. It's black women. Yeah, that's right.
Who's the most? That's the most, right? And who's the least
Yeah.
educated?
Black men.
There you go. So if we're talking about birds of a feather flock together, and if you can't find a direct equal, if a black man doesn't have the same educational standards as you, or he's not making as much money as you, then it's not far-fetched for me to think that happens, just based off of, what's in our DNA and just societal standards and just what has been happening from the beginning of time. So if birds of a feather flock together, this dude, he don't have shit that this guy has,
Right.
So I don't know. That was just my way of thinking. That was a deep dive, but I don't think I'm far-fetched. I don't think it's far-fetched to see that happens more often than not. Right?
It does happen, and I think it goes both ways too. Like men sometimes maybe trying to get the one up on the woman. They see she got herself together, and I've dealt with a few on the bummer side of things,
Right.
leaning on me. Can I borrow? Can I do this? Can I do that? So I think it goes both ways.
But I feel like we got to make a distinction on being bummy though, because are you really a bum if you're 20 years old and you just need some help getting by at this moment, as opposed to being 40 years old and you're depending solely on your wife or on your on your husband, like can we make the distinction? Because I know we're at an age where not everybody is on the same level as us, but everyone has a plan, right? And sometimes it's gonna take a few. So I feel like are you really building someone up, or are you just helping somebody get to where they need to be? You see what I'm saying? Like, isn't that what a good significant other? Right. I'm not your mother and I'm not your father, but isn't that what a good significant other does? If I come to my girl, or if you come to your man about, hey, I need a quick $300 for studio time or whatever, some bullshit, like, is he a bum, or is he just trying to chase a dream, or is she a bum, or is she just trying to chase a dream? Now, if you continue to do that and that dream doesn't manifest itself, then you have to have a serious talk with yourself, and it's a serious talk with your significant other about, man, I don't think this is working. We need to try a different route, right? And then, if they continue to be on that type of time, then it's like, okay, you're a bum. But I think we should make that real distinction of, are you really a bum, or are you just supporting the person that you care about?
Man, the bum is in the mentality, man. The bum is in the mentality. Right. So if you are somebody who, there's a lot of people that, I'm gonna get my own business, I'm gonna be a rapper, all this shit, right? But if in your free time, if you're not studying, if you're not really writing rhymes all day, or trying to find a way that bridges your passion with ways of making money, so that you don't have to depend on people while you're trying to chase your dream, if that's not what's happening, then you are a bum. I don't care who you are. I mean, yeah, everybody can have $1 in a dream and try to put your shit on SoundCloud and be bumming off your chick trying to get studio time. Everybody can do that, but it's the difference maker is, are you in the studio and then also saying, you know what, to sustain my dream, I'm gonna work at, no matter what the job is, I'm gonna work on the side. I'm gonna work at McDonald's or whatever it is.
But see, you can do that. I mean? You can do that, and people will still consider you a bum, though. That's what I'm saying. But that's my point about what is the definition of a bum? Because imagine, we go back to that tweet about, a woman would think you're a bum because you don't have any, monetary value, but you're doing everything you can to chase your dreams, right? I'm working at McDonald's, and when McDonald's, I'm saving up that check and I'm doing whatever to put into what I'm doing on the side. That's my actual dream, right? So Some people women would be like, oh, he's a bum. You wouldn't even look at him, right?
I wouldn't say that's a bum. A bum
that's
doesn't
not a
have
bum.
a job. That's
I'm
Or
just
isn't
trying.
actively looking for one either.
I'm just trying to make the distinction,
exactly.
I'm just
Not
trying to make.
looking.
I'm just trying to figure out what's a bum and what's not a bum, and what women will take on and what women will not take on, or men, even men too. Men.
Yeah.
Some of these men we be taking care of bums too. Some of these women be
Yeah.
some real life bums out here.
Yeah.
Women are employees now. I'm not gonna lie. Be acting like it's shit. You want a Chanel bag. You work for me. I ain't gonna cap. If I'm have to pay you $20K for your time. If I have to give you 20 bands for your time, you're an employee.
You're honoring me. You're honoring me for your
how's
time.
that?
It's an honorable to have
What
my
am I doing?
friend.
Paying tribute?
But that's my point. Like, why would I give you like 10 or 20 bands? What is the purpose of
That's
that?
extreme. That's extreme.
Yeah, I don't.
Is it extreme?
That's
We see it
extreme.
all the time. Scammers do it all the time.
That's scammers though. That's
And
a different
rappers.
league. We already talked about that. That's
Okay,
a whole
but
different
that's
league.
my point. But women are holding a lot of us to that standard of being a scammer or a rapper or an entertainer.
Those are birds. Those aren't even women. Those are birds. Those are absolutely birds.
You want 10 bands
Oh,
off
man. I don't
It's
know. I think
And these birds can't even give themselves like, I'm gonna give you a $10,000 bag. What you got to put money in that bag? What are you gonna do to put money in that bag? Oh, you're an influencer now, right? Oh, okay, that's how you're gonna get your bag.
I just think this whole transaction culture is just weird to me. I just think if I'm giving you 10 bands, you work for me. That's a salary. What you doing? You feel what I'm saying?
No, I don't want to discredit gifting to a significant other.
Right, exactly.
I'm okay with gifting.
You can gift, but don't be asking me for 10 bands all the time. Like that doesn't I don't get it. If I have to constantly if I give you 10, 20 bands a month, you work for me.
Yeah, no.
That's not a gift.
You're a trick.
That's not a gift. A gift is me giving you 10 bands once a year or twice a year.
Yeah,
I think it depends on the status of the relationship. Like if we're married and you just want to gift your wife 10 bands.
Right, yeah. And it's no problem with that. It's no problem with that, but I feel this goes back to my narratives, man. I'm ending narratives 2024. I'm telling you, this campaign is gonna happen. But it's one of those other narratives on social media that they're drilling inside of our kids' heads. I'm trying to tell you, they're drilling inside of our heads. I know this sounds very conspiracy-ish.
That's why the conspiracy.
They are drilling this in our heads. There are definitely narratives that are going on that are meant to divide us or make us think a certain way. I'm absolutely positively believe that. But one of those narratives is that you have to be able to provide some monetary substance constantly to your significant other, right? And I don't think that is realistic. I mean, obviously, if I have it, I'm gonna gift it to you. But I don't think I'd feel good, constantly giving somebody a lot of money all the time. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm not explaining it well enough. But if you say somebody be like, oh, you're broke, that's just because you're broke. I'm not broke. I'm just smart. The fuck? I'm not stupid.
Yeah. It depends on the person. Like, I don't seek bands. I seek patience, kindness, love, and affection. Like, I don't know. I mean, everyone's different.
I also feel if you build your relationship on the foundation of money, it'll never last. It'll crumble. Because if only reason you was hanging out with me is because what I could provide you or what I could give you in terms of money, then when that money runs out or when I just decide to like, okay, I'm tired of giving you money, then what do we have to stand on? You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. How we get onto this? I don't know, but
it's your conspiracy theory little segment of the show. I think we're gonna start having segments. Is conspiracy theory.
It's just Jonathan Garrett when he runs for president in 2024 or 2028. I'm getting rid of conspiracy.
You just better have Stacey Abrams on that ticket, man. Give her a chance, man. We got to get Stacey Abrams on that ticket.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever you do.
I'll look at my vice president options.
I mean, I'll quickly get on that and then get off because I think one, you have to be mindful of who's saying what, right? It's like the same thing with this whole Megan thing. Like, who's the ones that are actually saying she's a snitch? Are these people who are actually from the streets, or these 16-year-old kids who, think they know about the streets because of, they listen to rap all their life, right?
No,
It's about
I don't
who's
know.
saying it, who's making those comments. One, or who's making the comments about, oh, these niggas is broke. Where do these women live? What do these women do for a living?
Bro,
Are these niggas broke?
It's in the music.
Oh, I mean, music is supposed to be entertainment, man. Like,
No, it
and
is.
that's what
It
people
is.
are forgetting.
But that's my point. People are not able to separate entertainment from real life. They're taking
Dummies.
They're taking the entertainment and bringing it into the real life, expecting everybody to follow that same type of logic or to follow that same type of lifestyle. And that's my whole point about narratives when it's being ingrained into your head. I understand entertainment. I love entertainment. I love city girls. I love wet ass pussy. I love all that shit. I love when women talk their shit. You know what I'm saying? But I also think that we have to be mindful of separating, fact from fiction, if that makes sense. Real life from entertainment. And that's just my whole point about narratives. I just think a lot of people are not able to separate that. And then also, not even that you're not able to separate it, but if you see something constantly every single day, you're going to start to believe it. And that's going to start to be the standard. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, I mean, that gets back to that thought of impressionable people versus people who can actually think with discernment. A lot of people are very impressionable, right? I mean, a lot of people look at these YouTube couples like, goals, that's what I need. That's what I want. Whatever I'm seeing on the media, that's my goals of what I want. Like, oh, a nigga texting you good morning is your goals? I mean, goddamn.
yeah,
Shorty, I mean, what is, when you see a nigga really show you love, you're going to be in the goddamn grave.
It's Corona, though.